everyone, this is Samir. Welcome back to my channel EasyGate. Now we will be discussing our next topic, that is the representation of current source. This is the continuation topic of our previous lecture. Okay. Now look at the representation of practical current source. In the practical current source, we will be having this current source as well as this internal resistance. Okay. This internal resistance is very much high in the practical current source. Okay. And which is parallel to this current source. Okay. Then what is the difference between the ideal current source and the practical current source? In the practical current source, we are having some internal resistance, but it is very much high, and which is parallel to this current source. In the ideal current source, we are not having this internal resistance part. That means this resistance will become infinity. Okay, this resistance will become infinity. Then we are open circuiting this resistance part in the ideal current source. Okay, so in the ideal current source, we will be having only this current source part. We are not having this resistance part. I hope you got the difference between the ideal current source and practical current source. If I want to find out the characteristics for this ideal current source and the practical current source, we need to connect this load resistance. Okay, we need to connect this load resistance to find out the characteristics for practical current source as well as ideal current source, right? So here you can see that I am connecting a load resistance RL here, and the voltage across this resistance I am considering it as V of t, and current through this resistance as I of t, right? So if I consider KCL at this particular node, if I take a KCL at this particular node, we will get minus IS plus V of t divided by Rs. V of t divided by Rs, because the current through this branch will become V of t divided by Rs, because the voltage across this resistance is V of t. Okay, due to the resistance, these two resistance are parallel, so that the voltage across this resistance will become V of t. So current will become V of t divided by Rs, plus the current through this branch is nothing but I of t. Okay, the algebraic sum of these currents at this particular node is equal to 0. Okay, if I want to find out this I of t value, we need to shift this whole term from this side to this side. Okay, so we will get I of t is equal to Is minus V of t divided by Rs. Okay, so now if I consider this equation with y is equal to mx plus c, so if I take the y value as I of t and x value as V of t, we will get m value as minus 1 by Rs. We will get m value as minus 1 by Rs and c value as Is. Okay, now here we are getting slope. Our slope m is equal to minus 1 by Rs. That means we are getting a negative slope. That means we will get a straight line which is having a negative slope. This is the characteristics for the practical current source. Okay, we will get a practical current source characteristics as a straight line which is having a negative slope as minus 1 by Rs, right? So but we don't know where this straight line exactly lie on the xy plane. We don't know where this straight line exactly lie on the xy plane. So we need to consider this y value is equal to 0. Then we need to consider x value is 0, so that we will get the points which are located on the x-axis as well as y-axis. If I consider y is equal to 0, we will get the point which is located on the x-axis. If I consider this x value is equal to 0, we will get the point which is exactly located on the y-axis. Now I am considering y is equal to 0 here. You can see that if I consider y is equal to 0, that means I of t is equal to 0. We will get 0 is equal to Is minus V of t divided by Rs. Okay, if I write down this x value, which is nothing but V of t is equal to, we will get Is into Rs. This is the point which is exactly located on the x-axis. Okay, if I want to find out the point exactly located on the y-axis, we need to keep this x value is equal to 0, we will get the point which is exactly located on the y-axis. If I join those 2 points, we will get the straight line which is the characteristics of practical current source. If I keep this x value is equal to 0, that means we need to keep this v of t is equal to 0, we will get the I of t is equal to is. Okay, we will get I of t is equal to is. So if I try to plot these 2 points in the xy plane, so we are having y value as I of t and x value as v of t. Okay, y value as I of t and x value as v of t. The points, those points we already find out, these points which are nothing but is into rs. This is the point which is exactly located on the x-axis, and this is nothing but the point which is exactly located on the y-axis. If I join these 2 points, we are getting a straight line which is having a negative slope of -1 by rs. This is the characteristics of practical current source. Okay, this is the characteristics of practical current source. I hope you have understood this. Now look at the characteristics for ideal current source. For ideal current source, I said that the internal resistance will become infinity. We'll get internal resistance is equal to infinity. That means if I substitute in this slope, we'll get a slope as 0. 1 by infinity will become 0, right? We'll get the slope as 0. If I substitute this rs value in this equation, okay, if I substitute rs value in this equation, we'll get I of t is equal to is, because this term will become 0. Okay, we'll get I of t is equal to is, right? So this is the characteristics for the ideal current source. If I plot these characteristics, we will get a straight line. We will get a straight line which is parallel to this x-axis. That means which is parallel to this v of t. This is the ideal characteristics. Sorry, this is the characteristics for the ideal current source. Okay, this is the characteristics for ideal current source which is having a slope as 0. That means which is parallel to this x-axis. Okay, I hope you understood it. In the next lecture, we'll be having one more problem on this concept of sources. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. If you like the video, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you.